talk a little bit about what you got coming back. First of all, you've got a nice nucleus of guys that are still here with us.
Yeah, we do. We have three guys who played a lot for us last year. Two starters in Tyson and Mooch. And Mooch was our second leading scorer. And until the national tournament, he was our leading scorer. He was our leading rebounder. Trey was our first guy off the bench, and Trey led us in assists and steals last year. So we think those three are going to be a good nucleus of what we can do in the future as far as come together faster, hopefully. We have Jackson, who played a lot as the season kind of wore on, as he got stronger. Well, he's that glue guy. He's that hustle guy. He gets a lot of loose balls, etc. He does a lot of things. And then Blake, of course, Big Blake, who's another big body. He's lost some weight. He's really starting to understand that he can play what we call bully ball. He's so big and strong that they're not going to be able to move him out of where he wants to go, and he's not afraid to get his shot blocked anymore. So he's able to be real aggressive and physical, and he's going to wear people down. Just because of his strength, he's going to wear people down. So those five guys give us a lot of ammunition, so to speak, for coming back and being able to do a lot of things, and they can teach the younger guys and work with the younger guys, and they've already been talking about some things. If we have a not so good day at practice, they explain to them, we've got to get better, that's our fault, you got to do, we'll help you to do a better job. So we really think we have a good nucleus of guys coming back, and we think we filled in the parts that we needed to fill in to make another run.
Yeah. You said at the conclusion of last year, you were hoping that this was going to help recruiting. Talk a little bit about some of the talent that you've brought in.
Well, it's kind of a strange thing with recruiting at our level. It really helped us locally. And when I say locally in Nebraska, because people have heard of us, it's not a matter, I didn't know Southeast had a basketball team. Oh, yeah, you guys made it to Nationals. You were playing on Friday at the national tournament. And it helped us a lot. I mean, we got kids. We had a kid from prep. We haven't had a kid from prep since our first All-American since I've been here. That was way back in 2008. And we haven't had another kid from prep since then. And so he's coming. That's Myjay Wiley, 6'3" kid, or 6'4" kid, long, athletic, can shoot it. And that's what we really focused on, was getting guys that could really shoot the ball. You saw us play in the national tournament. Sometimes that hurt us a little bit, that we weren't great shooters. We could score inside, but we sometimes struggled when they took away some of the game that we played last year. And then we have Faye Germany from Omaha Central. We got him late. The same thing. He was a kid that was going to go to a prep school. We kept talking, and he decided that maybe going to junior college was a better route for him than to go into a prep school. So that's he's going to be a big help. Yeah. Ater's got a 7'4" wingspan, kid from Bellevue East. He's still very raw. He has a lot of ability, but he's very raw. He was a shot blocker, a rim protector, which is, after we lost Mike, we needed another rim protector, and we got one. We got one in Ater. And so those three guys make a big part of the nucleus of guys, as far as from Nebraska anyway. And we got kids that I don't know. Honestly, I'm surprised. We got a kid out of the Kansas City area. He's like 15 minutes from Johnson County. They offered him, and we got him. Oh, wow. Luke, and he's a point guard. Very smooth, just does everything right. Not flashy, just does everything right. Handles the ball, can shoot. He can do everything, and like I said, I don't know how we got him. I mean, honestly, because when I sat there and talked to his parents here, I said, well, if it comes down to the money, you're going to Johnson County. I said, if there's something you like about us, then you might come here. I can't tell you that Johnson County's program is bad, because they're not. Yeah, right. I can't say anything bad about their program. So it's just going to be a matter of what is a better fit for you. Yeah. And so he kind of jumped in and he said, Coach, this is what I want to do. And he liked what he heard from me and telling how he could get there and the direction that he wanted to go. So he came on board, which, like I said, that's another. We're happy that he came, and not going to the Nationals, we probably wouldn't have gotten him, but that's a par for the course. We got another kid from Australia, 6'6" kid from Australia. We really liked him from the start. He's a kid that can really shoot the ball, and we wanted somebody that can play that 4 spot. That's a true stretch 4, can really stretch the floor, and he's a really, really good shooter. He might be our best shooter, actually. And he's used to playing further out, on their international line. And so he can shoot from a long ways, very skilled offensively. His brother plays at D2 Colorado Springs, and they wanted him, but they didn't have any money to offer him. So because of COVID, they brought everybody back, so they couldn't offer him. So there's a kid, that we were hoping we would be able to get, but you never know. So we have a lot of pieces. We have a lot of depth. We have a lot of size up front. We have guards who can really handle, can really shoot, can really defend when they want to. They still don't always do that, but that's not unusual for our level. And then we have wings that can shoot. We have fours and fives that can shoot. Leo is a kid from New Zealand that he just needs to get stronger. He's just, I keep telling him he's just like Jackson was. When Jackson got here, Jackson was going to struggle to play early because he just wasn't strong enough. Yeah. And Jackson worked in the weight room, kept working in the weight room. He worked in the weight room even when we weren't working in the weight room. He kept at it until the end of the year. He became a kid that we could rely on a little bit. Yeah. And so, we think we're deep. We think we're probably quality-wise deeper than we were a year ago. Wow. And so and we have all kinds of size. I said we probably don't have a Mike as far as athletic ability. Kofi's a different player that we don't really have, but we think we got better shooting for the guys that are going to be playing in his spot. Yeah. And that was what Kofi didn't do very well, was shoot the ball. He could do everything else. Great rebounder, great getting the ball to the rim. And these kids can get to the ball to the rim, but they can shoot. I mean, we recruited them based upon being shooters. Yeah. So a little bit different. Yeah,
it's going to be a good element for you. You're just days away from starting your season. What do you look for here as we get started? I mean, are you just looking for some clean play, or what is it that you're really wanting to see?
Well, you're always, whenever you have a group of guys that you're trying to mix together, you're always working on your team chemistry thing. Mm-hmm. And team chemistry, you can say all the things you want to say, you can do all the things you want to say, but you really don't know until something happens that isn't what they want to happen. Right. Bad things. When something bad happens, you play bad against somebody, and that's when you can tell where your chemistry really is. So we'll continue to work on that. We're trying to smooth things out as far as, who goes together, who doesn't go together. That's another one of those interesting things. You got to blend the new with the old, and sometimes the new are better than the old, and so they have to, the old have to figure out, okay, my role is going to be a little bit different than it was a year ago. It still doesn't matter, still doesn't mean you're not going to play, still doesn't mean you can't be a contributor, but it's going to be a different. They're going to have to fill a different role. So I really like the pieces. I'm hoping that the pieces will start to fall in place a little bit better. We've been narrowing it down, and we want to see certain guys in practice play against certain other guys. Yeah. The good thing is we're way more competitive in practice against each other. Last year we only had 10, but our first group was considerably stronger than our second group. Well, now I can't tell you who all the first line guys are and who all of our second line guys, because there's really no difference between them, which is going to be good if our kids will accept whatever role they're going to get placed in and understand that they're all going to get their opportunities to show that they can play.